recession is recession is in sight right now. And what is every single legacy production company doing right now? Oh,
Probably
streaming service.
Yeah.
Why? Because all you have to do is tap into their catalog. Here's all of our legacy catalog from the last 70 years. It's all right here, and you can have all of it. Streaming service is the wave right now because it's just it's all legacy acts. It's all legacy acts. It's no different than like playing reruns. That's what it is.
So my question to you
Sure.
is, do you see this ending the movie theater industry? I hope not. I hope
No.
I don't have to tell my children. So I plan to be here to like 120 because of medical tech. But I don't want to be 120 telling my great grandkids like, yeah, man, back in the day, man, what's a movie theater? Like, man, imagine that.
I think no, because there's this number one, because the movie theater is a coveted place. That's a staple in culture, is the movie theater. We kind of saw that people were like, fuck yeah, like I just love just sitting at home and renting a movie and just watching it on my living room screen. But the experience is comparable to none. You have to go to movie theaters. They've always been there. It's kind of like the stage play of feature-length film. So you have to go see it. Like Broadway's not going anywhere. You think like if you think movie theaters are going somewhere, that means you think that like in-person
plays are going
somewhere.
Plays are cool. Plays are going nowhere.
That shit is not it's not going anywhere. So that's number one. And number two is no, because that's the biggest part of their money-making scheme is how much money are we getting at the box office.
It might not be as prevalent as you think, though, in the future. Because they're already doing direct-to-stream, or like it'll play in the theater for a week and then it'll be on streaming. They're doing that now, where instead of it just come out in the same day, they'll wait a week or two and then drop it on HBO.
That is true, but I think that the marketing, and maybe they get used to it in the future, so maybe I am overrating it a bit, but for right now, I don't see it. It's always a possibility, because you could always do the direct to streamer thing, direct to customer thing, which we've talked about on this podcast as a way of completely disrupting the streaming industry. We've talked about that here.
So they're making more money, really, in the long run, not having to
on streaming,
share ticket sales and on streaming, basically. Like they were losing money, but if someone's like, hey man, if I'm getting a box office movie every month, I'll pay the $15. I'll pay the $15 no matter what. Even if I don't care about that movie, I'm just gonna pay the $15 every month. So they're getting the average man or woman probably goes to the movies like 3 to 5 times a year. But now
that's about right,
they're getting their movie ticket every month. Especially if you're like a single young person, they're getting them that movie ticket every month. So you would think in the long run, I guess if they kind of are more careful about how many movies they make a year, they're actually in profit.
Yeah, you're actually true on that. That actually makes a lot of sense. Kind of changed my mind on that. So yeah, I could see it. That could potentially happen in the future. I could see that. I would hate that because I love the movie theater as an experience.
It'll morph to be more niche. Like I have a friend who took me to like this movie club. It's like somewhere in LA. It's like a silent movie club where you get little headphones. They have this big ass 4K screen, and you just go watch old movies. Like I saw Goodfellas for the first time, right before one of the actors in the movie died. I forget his name. Ray, yeah. And I was like, it was like very niche, but there was a lot of people there. It was packed. So I was like, that's where I see movies going, where people who want that actual experience of being in an audience, they're probably going to go to niche movie theaters that play old movies. But it's not going to be any new movies in theaters.
I think that's weird. They had you wearing headphones in a movie theater?
It was outdoors. It was like on the roof.
I don't want that.
It was cool.
I don't want that.
I thought it was dope. And they gave you little. Remember didn't we have a silent dance in high school or something like that?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
It's kind of like that, but for a movie. They give you your little headphones, and it's silent. If you take them off, everybody's silent, eating popcorn, and the movie.
I guess at the end of the day, I guess at the end of the day, when you go to a movie theater, you really only care about the big screen. Mm-hmm. So I guess the audio doesn't really matter, but I do really enjoy hearing like those big subwoofers like right in my fucking face. Like I like that part.
Yeah, I saw Woman King on like in Dolby, and it was just like I didn't know the subwoofers that crazy.
Yeah,
in Dolby, because I usually go to the cheap movies. I do not waste my money going to see IMAX and all that stuff. I forgot IMAX had like the big guns for the subwoofer.
Yeah, Most of the time, it's not necessary. But yeah, like that experience, I think, is what I go for personally. I don't really go for. I go for like the suspense of walking to the theater and it's like, oh shit, like I'm at theater, like
Exactly. I love that.
I'm about to
I love
go
that.
watch a
I
movie.
love that since I was a kid, man.
and then you get that popcorn. It's like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
all right. And then they send you on your theater. You take your seat, and it's like, damn, this screen is big. This screen is big as hell. That's what I go for. I go for the experience. I don't really care about, just like seeing the movie.
Because you can watch
in
the movie
theaters.
at home, you know,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a kick-ass theater. It might even be better than the movie, but you're losing out on the experience. And the movie theater popcorn hits different, man. I make popcorn that's close, but it just will not hit exactly the same. Like
There is a reason, bro. There is a
and
reason.
really, it's
why-
really close too, but it just does not hit the same.
Yeah, popcorn is hard to make at home. The way it tastes in the movie theaters. But there's
use
a
coconut
reason
oil.
why, dude. Like people say, like, no, that's not a theater movie. You don't have to see that in theaters. Everybody can tell the difference. It's discernible. They make movies specifically like Avatar. James Cameron makes Avatar movies specifically to be seen in IMAX 3D. That's a movie experience. You can't get IMAX on some fucking 1080p screen at home on some 40-inch screen. It's not happening. Or some 39-inch monitor. No. You got to watch that shit in that aspect ratio that fits
Yeah.
IMAX.
And most people can't afford to get like a super 120-inch projector with like a $5,000. Sorry, it's 20-inch screen with like a $5,000 projector. And even then, it's not IMAX, bro. The screen is way too big. There's no comparison.
Yeah.
It's better. I mean, you get something kind of close, and that's a lot of money that most people don't have. But you might as well go to the movie. But I don't know. I'd be sad. It'll probably be in VR. You'll probably be able to just like jack in like a Cyberpunk.
That
fall
would be
asleep in
cool.
your chair, and you go to the virtual theater and you eat popcorn. You can taste it because it's like 100 years from now. We understand the brain completely. And it'll be the same. You can actually
That
just
wouldn't
do it
be
whenever you
terrible.
want. Yeah.
That wouldn't be terrible. I would definitely do that.
They'll really be dead because you'll be able to simulate it to the point where like you go up to the little AI person at the concessions, they give you your popcorn and drink, you walk to the theater. There might even be actual other real life people there at the virtual theater. And you eat the popcorn, it tastes real. It's like no different in real life. Movie theaters are dead. But everything is more than movies will be dead if VR is that good. More than movies there will be no schools.
Yeah.
Schools will be all you to press the button, you're in the classroom. Or
A
you
lot
just
of
download it.
workplaces.
Workplaces are done. Offices are gone at that point.
A lot of shit. Concerts. Pretty
Concerts,
much
you know?
anytime you like are in public space to enjoy, to consume something. Yeah, probably.